So we got demystifying our jobs.
Okay.
Okay, so what does that one mean?
For me,
Yeah.
demystifying my job would be dismantling any preconceptions that are probably a bit more preventative. And what I mean by that is preconceptions that will prevent you from working with me because of what you assume. So I'll ask you this question. What does financial advisor mean to you? What's the first thoughts that come to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind is a handshake.
A handshake?
Yeah,
Cool.
a handshake. And what I mean by that is, wow, you go to this financial advisor and, you know, you just protected yourself, you know, in the sense of you've now had financial advice. And it's like, you know, you go to someone who treats you well, understands, doesn't judge, you know, understand money is something to help. You know, you're getting financial advice, you know.
And would those be the qualities you would look for in a financial advisor?
More including, you know, personable, more including, they take care of their own financial advice.
Yep.
You know, you got to practice what you preach.
Of course.
And you are maybe characteristic traits, patient person, you know, you may have experienced things before, that's why you are a financial advisor. You know, this is things that I would think, because, you know, it means that you care, you know, it means that you care about what you're doing. So all in all, that's what I'd say a financial advisor is: characteristics as well as, you know, personable, professional work traits.
Fair. And what do you think is the reason that some people would use a financial advisor?
Well, like I said, you know, to help people out, to make sure that, you know, they're getting the correct advice, to make sure that, well, the person who is seeking the financial advice is hoping to get into a better situation, whatever that may be. Zooming in is like, you know, your insurance, your pension, your health, all sorts of things, but, you know, giving you that good green light.
Fair. And just out of curiosity, now that we've talked about why people would use a financial advisor,
Yeah.
what do you think are some of the reasons that prevent people, or people decide not to use a financial advisor? What are some of the common reasons you think that drive people to make that decision? Well, not drive, but people reach that decision.
Yeah. Or like, no, I'm not gonna get a financial advisor. You know, I'm not gonna do it. You know, probably because they may maybe doubting their money, their current money financial status. You know, so people are maybe avoiding. You know, because.
And what does that mean, the financial status?
Well, look, you know, some people are rich and some people are poor. You know, some people are always moving up and down. Some people inherit money, so, you know, all sorts of things.
It's interesting, because I think even that actually is something that can be broken down into so many segments.
Financial status, yeah.
Yeah, because financial status is a concept when you really think about it. Now, of course, it does apply to some areas, and that's absolutely fine. But generally speaking, financial status, if you are someone, is how they are viewed for their finances. And finances is a very challenging conversation to have, like socially.
Yeah.
It's not a societal thing.
No.
It's not a societal norm for sure. But it's interesting because, again, somebody who's reflecting on their financial status also, to some degree, probably cares about how they are viewed and interact with on the outside world. So, of course, it's not just about the financial status, but other things that surround it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. So there can be people that feel like they're poor, and there can be people that feel like they're rich. And sometimes an assessment can give you an interesting outcome.
I like that one. Yeah, that's a good point.
A lot of the times predictable, but sometimes interesting.
Yeah. And that's a really good point, because guess what? The reason why people judge financial status is on how people look, what people have, the visual
associations,
the associations, you know. No one can actually see in anyone's bank account, you know. Like, no one can actually see it. As you walk past me, I have no idea. But we judge each other on external things, you know. So that assessment can be super, super important and interesting.
So let me throw a paradox to you.
Yeah, tell me.
What's your, not understanding, but if I say to you asset rich, cash poor,
Oh yeah.
what comes to mind?
Asset rich, cash poor. Well, that tells me that, you know, you may have possibly inherited a house, you know.
Quite a very common.
Yeah, you may have inherited a farm. You know, you may have inherited jewelry, you know. But what else? Yeah, even vehicles, you know. But what the thing is maybe when you're getting paid, it's going to all of those things, you know, to maintain it, you know, because it's an asset after all.
You're right.
You know, and some assets are not one-time fixed payments.
No.
You know, so it's like, but how much money do you have liquid, you know, swirling around that you're ready to use?
What do you mean by liquid? Do you mean by liquid as in you have it in a cup, or?
Well, liquid in the sense that, you know, you have access to the cash, you know.
Absolutely.
If anything happens, you know, you're good, you know, especially at that asset rich, cash poor.
Exactly.
You know.
So yes, you're pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
A lot of the times that people can be in definition or fall under that category could be if they have many assets, but their liabilities or a lot of their equity is tied up in assets or intangible assets.
Tangible assets.
Because whilst a property is tangible, I mean, tangibility can be debated, but the point is that if you want to take out the money from it, you only have two choices: sell it or borrow against it. It's up to you which one you want to do. So yeah, but that's interesting, because the reason why I asked these questions is because it comes into that whole element of demystifying the role. And I think everybody has a preconception of what someone's job should roughly be, and it's not limited to financial advice, it's not limited to personal finance, to real estate, to working, to having a business or hospitality as a customer, or if it's going to be to, you know, whatever else there is. And for me, I just see it as a massive opportunity just to delve deep and just ask people, actually, just out of curiosity, why is it that you think the way that you do? And I'm not asking that because it's a bad thing, because I think it's a good thing. I would just like to understand your thought process. That's it. Thought process, how you came to that decision. Even if it's something I agree or disagree with, I'm still going to listen to it, and I'll still take it in, consider it, and I'll still respect it. So yeah, but I would say, I think that's probably one way, is getting somebody to understand it from a few more perspectives. Bringing down the clouds. And you can raise the clouds on people if you really wanted to. Some people do it.
Raise the clouds meaning?
Make your job appear more complex or intense or prestigious just by the way that you communicate it with
Use
others.
the B word.
So, but that's my first half perspective on it. What's yours?
Demystifying our jobs. I mean, I feel like being a personal trainer is an interesting one, because you're really helping people, and when it really comes down to it, it's like you're helping people and you're, you know, nudging them in the right direction as to where they should and how they can better their healthy life, their wellness, you know. And some people can see it as like too personable, which is interesting.
What do you mean by too personable?
So what I mean by too personable is like, some people can see it as, I don't want to like get into any sort of assistant help, you know, consistent assistant help. So you've seen this person once a week, you know, it's the ultimate level of accountability, really. You know, and it's like, wow, some people find that accountability scary. You know, which is interesting. And again, that takes you into a deeper question as to, you know, why would someone feel like the gym is intimidating? You know, tell me. You know, from your perspective.
Why do I think the gym is intimidating?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think the gym can be intimidating if you don't feel like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think the gym can be intimidating if you feel like you look like an idiot who doesn't know what they're doing in front of other people, if that's important to you. Some people wouldn't care less about that, some people really would, and it would knock their confidence. I think for some people it can be commitment or just this concept that I need to know everything and I need to be perfect. So yeah, those are probably the biggest that come to mind. And I'm not saying that these are mine, but
what would be yours though?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the question?
So why would you think the gym is intimidating?
I don't find it intimidating.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, no, not at all.
Have you ever found the gym intimidating?
Never. No. Because I think from when I first started going, I had guidance. So from the first day I walked in the gym, I already had like a plan set up, because obviously that was sorted by you know who. And yeah, I just started from there.
Fair.
So yeah, I never found it intimidating. If anything, I just got more comfortable with time. And then I got more comfortable just going to any gym. And now it's just like, I just don't even pay any mind to it. It's just get it done and that's it. But yeah, no, intimidating, not at all. No, not at all.
The reason why I asked is because, and that's actually been the question of the week that I've asked people this week. So I always ask new people a nice question to make them think about, you know, fitness in a deeper level and from a different perspective, right? So a lot of people have said to me they feel embarrassed. They feel like they don't know what they're doing. They feel like someone's looking at me and judging me, and it's just like, wow, like it's such a shame that everyone can walk on the street and feel totally fine, you know, or go to carnival or go to festivals, you know, but when it comes to like exercising, it just feels so like
intense.
Frictionless. There's so much friction, like, you know,
to get someone to do it,
one, and to get just someone who wants to do it into the gym more.
Fair.
Just like there's always a bit of friction. It's just like, because I'm in it so much, I don't see it anymore. You know,
that's actually so interesting you say that. The friction.
Do
you know why? Because the friction, I actually feel the same with what I'm doing now, especially when it comes to like investing. I think the two are interchangeable, because that's your main domain. You're in the gym.
I'm in there.
The gym is your lair. This is your industry. When you're in the gym, you're in your industry.
This is it.
So you feel it like, this is my industry. The same when it comes to this.
For sure.
And it's like, because there are hesitations when it comes to health and money. And that's normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
It's normal. It's absolutely normal.
But the question is though, why is it more friction when you go to a rave, a party, a festival, an event, but moving your body, like exercising for the good, not to say that those other things are not good, but for the real health of yourself, like why is there so much friction? Like what is the
So let me ask you a devil's advocate question.
Yeah, go on.
How much time a week do you think people spend thinking about exercising?
Well, yeah, this is interesting, because for some people every single day, and for other people like not at all, you know. But the people that, well, even though I say not at all, they do think about it, but they judge themselves too much.
Okay.
So they'll be like, like, I haven't been to the gym in so long, I ain't ever gonna go. But it's like, if you never go, that time's gonna be so much longer.
So how does a person get from a position where they're thinking, okay, I can't go to the gym because mentally I'm not able to do it? How do they get from that point to then being in the gym?
Yeah, this is the tricky part. So people go to classes.
Okay.
People go to classes because it feels a little bit more relaxing. People may go to like sit in a cafe, you know, just to soak it up a little bit more. They may come with a friend. That's like a classic one. I can always tell when people are new to the gym because they come with their friend. They come in a twos, you know, or if they're in a twos, one person is familiar with the gym and they're bringing their friend to the gym. So again, like you go with someone, but I see it from the other perspective. Did you get that one?
Yeah.
You know, so that's always cool. So that's what I would say. Those are the ways.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair.
But then the other part is, how do you get from people who go to the gym infrequently to them going more frequently? You know, and there's always about 8 to like 12 weeks where someone has to go consistently for them to really be in the gym.
Fair. And feeling the benefits.
And feeling the benefits.
Fair. Makes sense.
Especially if you're not a pro, you've never done this before, you go to a couple classes, it's very light.
Yeah. But 8 to 12 weeks.
8 to 12 weeks, people get the bug.
Yeah, fair. And then after that, that's it.
Then they're in, and then they may be like, oh, I went to another gym, and they're like, oh, that's cool, So then I can also start to see how people's confidence changes over these weeks.
So have you ever seen an instance where somebody's come in,
they're
not confident at all, and then a year or two later they're doing tour de gym?
Yeah, I see it. Even less than that, but yeah, I see it.
Good. How does that make you feel?
It's just like, wow, like, me as a personal trainer, I see them more often, more of a conversation. They realize, oh, like, this is a cool place. They know how many people say hey to me around,
Validate your popularity.
Yeah.
It feels like a political campaign.
Yeah. No, facts.
My God.
Facts.
So is this what the politicians are searching for every 5 years?
Yeah, this is it,
joking.
So it's just like, so these new people come in, they're like seeing me, they see me training here and there, so they know like, okay, this is a cool one. So it is funny, like, how seeing someone grow as an adult as well, because their external world can't really see it, which is interesting, because their external world, as in their friends and their family, they don't really see it as much, because like, they're coming into the gym, so you get to see that person as themselves. You don't see their family, you just see an individual.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting because as time goes on, they start bringing in their family members or their friend.
Yep.
So it's a nice full circle thing.
Fair. That's good.
Yeah.
So what have then been some of the highlight moments that you can think about where somebody misjudged or, let's say, assumed differently to then end up working with you, and then for them to act differently from when they initially met you?
Yeah, many times, like, man, so many. And this is the sick thing about what I do, is just like, one lady coming in and talking about how, she's coming up to 40 years old, and
how old?
40. So she's like 39.
Yeah.
She's coming to 40, and she's just like, I just feel terrible. Like, my sleep is bad. Like, everything is just not where it should be. And they feel alone. Go on then.
Yeah.
They feel alone. They feel sad. Like, and they're really telling you their heart. And it's just like, wow, like, this person like has trusted me with their health journey. And this is the thing which I find so fascinating, is like, people can be more open with their money journey or their sex journey, but not their health journey. They're like embarrassed, whereas there are some people who'll be like, I do have a bit of money, or I'm broke, and they don't mind saying that. But again, like you said, concept. But anyway, I worked with people over a year where, they're just working towards their birthday, and it's just like, wow, they're really starting to see the benefits. But the problem is, I can feel like sometimes is the first few weeks are always a bit sticky, because people are always like traveling, or, they're here and there, they might be sick in the first few weeks, because, if someone's new to training, like, your body's going to react in a certain way,
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just like, wow, you really got to be patient with the journey, And for other people, they're just like straight in and they see the progress. You know what I mean? So yeah, like it's super, super, super fascinating seeing people like grow up.
There we go. So I just have to draw a quick.
Yeah.
So you get to experience people's journeys as well. I like that. I can definitely visualise that.
Yeah.
And I actually want to challenge you on something
Yeah,
you just said. So I picked up on it.
Tell me.
You said whether someone's broke or has money.
Mm.
And what I'd like to challenge is, why is it that let's say the scale goes from having money to I'm broke, and then are there any stages in between that? Because ultimately it's a concept, or it's just an analysis, if you want to call it that. But then if we look at it again, at what point do you then say I have money to I'm broke? Does I'm broke mean I have £10,000? Does I'm broke mean I have £100,000?
Yeah.
Does I'm broke mean I have zero savings and an
Yeah.
overdraft? And then does I'm money mean I have £1,000 in
Yeah.
savings? So I know everyone's bar is always going to be flexible because it's always dependent on each person. But it was just it was something that I've picked up on, not actually just from you.
Yeah.
But again, there's some small societal money habits.
Yeah.
Or money, I would say, thoughts and perceptions that exist. That it's not something you have to think about. It's like second nature.
And let me tell you this, so I do see the changes. I see people week in, week out. Month 1, month 3, month 5, month 10, month 18, 21, 24. Oh, you know, what the thing is like, it's not about being rich and poor. It's about how you manage your finances. Because the reason why people can feel like they're never going to have a PT is because they can't afford it. They can't afford the monthly fee.
Yeah. That's a real common objection. For
you
sure.
know, so I would
How often do you come against that?
Every week.
Okay.
You know, but it's totally fine. You know, but it's just like but I do work with people who have been with for 18 months. You know, 2 years for some people.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, like, you know,
Fair.
like you have money.
Yeah.
You know. But after some time, you start to realize that these people can be a bit more hesitant on the becoming asset rich.
Maybe. What do you see a correlation?
These type of people have a certain type of personality. They are very much put my head down, get on with it, get paid, and kind of like do what is part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
Get a personal trainer, you know. They want a certain type of lifestyle, you know, because they go to certain types of places, you know. And it's just like these type of people can work with individuals who they're not too familiar with.
Yeah.
A lot of corporate
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah.
Those are like some common traits that I found.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. So, any other points for you in terms of the demystification of what you do?
So yeah, like, bro, it's a sick thing to do. Like, working as a personal trainer is an amazing job. Like, you're helping so many people in so many ways. You're having so many conversations. Like, your mind has to be on. You know, you have to have memory. You can't be taking your job for a joke. Like, people believe in you. You know, they'll never say it, but they believe in you. You know, they trust you. You know, and you can't take that for granted. As well as you can't like violate people's like trust or something. Like, you want to be like just a highly emotional, skilled person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
You're talking to strangers. every day.
That's how it starts.
And you're introducing yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking? Yeah.
That's a risk in itself.
As a new season has started, I'm realizing like, damn, like I talk to strangers every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's strange, like emotionally I have to grow in such a way that it's like things that I cared about I just can't care about. You know.
Fair.
Yeah. So
no,
demystifying our jobs in all is just like, you know, you gotta be switched on.
Yeah. For real. You're on job on that one. You do. Being switched on is vital. Being able to communicate is vital. And I don't want to say being able to relate in terms of just having the same interests alone, but just being able to relate, understand and empathise with the person you're speaking to.
Yeah.
And remind them that they're also speaking to a person, not a figurehead or a position.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the times things can get not humanised, because I think that's a bit of an extreme word to use, but we can often forget that we're dealing with another person, even if they're in uniform and they have a title and they're in charge of certain things or authority. And I think sometimes it's nice just to scale it back a little bit and just remember that you're dealing with a person.
Not title.
Yeah, always try and bring the person element to it, because that's who you are.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you know, on my end, I would say those are the main, and then I think from there, everyone goes on their personal journey, which is rightfully so. And along that journey, you'll make decisions that will benefit you. Some may not. Some will have effects that you may feel later in whatever direction. But that's all part of the roller coaster of life. It's unknown, and it's unknown for a reason, because you don't know where your next fortune can come from.
This is it.
Of course, there's always going to be obstacles and setbacks. That's just part of life. Like, the stock market does that, for God's sake, and it still goes up. So that's another thing. But which we'll dive into that as the next conversation.
Are we gonna pause it, or are we gonna go straight in?
No, we're going to check. This is going to be a new subject.
Right,
so Right.